it's had a really checkered history actually. So the building was gifted to the people of Leith. In 1920, there was, when Leith was amalgamated with the city of Edinburgh, Leith overwhelmingly voted to stay independent and not to join Edinburgh with some of the other suburbs. And so Leith Theatre as a complex was gifted back to the people of Leith from the city of Edinburgh, and it opened in 1932. And the building split into three main sections, and the large main auditorium has actually been closed for almost half its life. In fact, it was bombed in 1941 and then had a grand reopening in 1961 and kind of had a heyday after that until it was under threat of being sold to developers to turn into flats in 2004. And that's where the trust was formed to then save it. So its more recent life, the trust have had a lease for 7 years, 2016, 2017. And so we're looking to secure its long-term future and secure a long-term lease for the building. And I guess return it back to the community and the people of Leith in a permanently programmed way. We're a vulnerable business. You're definitely in a space where our commercial opportunities are so limited because the building's semi-derelict and the building health is poor. So we have to get the building's health up to be able to maximise the space and the use of the space. There's no running water and no heating in the majority of the building. And so we've done a lot of work in the last 18 months in terms of trying to get the building wind and watertight so that you're trying to get a stable base to then start to look forward and develop it as a going concern. I've been here since November 2018, and so my role was brought in to build capacity and to bring sustainability. So it was the start of the move from it being a community project into business. So I brought business development. And so it's kind of had chapters within my 5 years here. So the kind of pre-pandemic chapter very much about profile building and saying yes, get people in the doors, what can the building be, and trying to use it, not often in a commercially viable way. And then we hit the pandemic. So for something that was so difficult for businesses, actually the opportunity for Leith was that we were able to pause and breathe in and think strategically and look to the long term and use it as an opportunity. So for other places, they were waiting post pandemic. When can we get back to normal? Whereas we didn't have a normal before. And so I guess the pandemic, although difficult, gave us a new future. And so post-pandemic, it's about low risk and being cautious and looking for opportunities and building partnerships and thinking strategically and completing a business plan and getting investment ready for its future restoration. My background's been in independent film, so working in independent cinemas and exhibition for a long time. And we've actually got a projection booth in the building, and it's never had a film projector in it. And you can look from the projection booth out into the main auditorium, but the room is an empty space. And I think it's one of the really special places that I hope in future we can use it as it was originally intended. Feels like a secret room. think it's tricky. It's a tricky time at the moment. We do have a small core support in terms of volunteers, and certainly in its future I would really hope that we can develop a much wider kind of volunteer programme. I mean, there's only a team of 4 at the moment, so we're running as a really tiny resource. Maybe directly is follow our story, engage with our social media, help share our own love and our own storytelling in that space. You start to join up a network and you start to be part of something that's much bigger, and that's been a really important part of our journey over the last 3 or 4 years. So yeah, sign up for a newsletter and show your support. And other opportunities that come forward as we progress then will certainly be through those channels, but advertise through those channels.